Alright, I guess just get this over with. We're back with another school project, and this one is actually kind of interesting. It's, make your own special bus design. Basically, there was this person who saw a bunch of dirty homeless people on the street, and, they decided, hey, what if I made a bus that had showers in it and bathrooms in it? So that way homeless people could just hop on and get clean. And basically, I'm supposed to make a blueprint for my own special bus, and I've been thinking about it, and I don't really know if I should do one with special stuff inside of the bus, or if I should do one that holds special people in it. Because, like, obviously, there's a lot of buses for different things. Like, there's school buses, and there's public transit buses. So I was thinking, what if there was a public transit bus that was specifically for people who are mentally ill? And so that's what I've been thinking about. And so I'm gonna write down a few pros and a few cons of this. So I guess I'm gonna have to think them on the spot. I didn't really think this video through. But yeah, I guess we'll see how it goes. The first pro is that the people who don't have mental illnesses don't have to be, this might sound offensive, but bothered by people with mental illnesses, because if you've ever sat next to someone with heavy autism or something like that, you do, if you're like me or like a lot of other people, you get a little uncomfortable if you're sitting next to them for like a long period of time. So that's one pro that would happen. We'll get bothered, I guess, by people with mental illnesses, and vice versa. Like, if you have a mental illness, the people who you are sitting next to on the bus, you don't feel like you're bothering them. Like, if you, like, you aren't getting bothered by them, like, because I know there's a lot of mean people who don't care about what they say, and they don't have a censor. So you don't get bothered by those people either. Now what would be now, the thing is, I feel like with, with all the pros, there's going to be a lot of cons as well. Like, different people have different mental illnesses. So I'm thinking, like, the bus will be, like, twice as long as a regular bus, and, you can only have one person to a seat, so it won't fit a bunch of mentally ill people, but, it can fit a few. Like, let's say you, I don't have a script for this video, so I'm kind of thinking about it all in my head. Let's say you have Tourette's and you're on public transit. Do you feel like you're bothering those people? My guess is probably, but I don't have Tourette's, so I don't know. But obviously, if these people are nice people, they'll understand what you're going through. If they're nice people. Obviously, there's a lot of mean people who just full on say, "Get the F away from me," or something mean like that. So I feel like there should be different buses for different mental illnesses. But that also begs the thing for the bus driver, because the bus driver can't really have the same mental illness. I mean, like, they can, depending on the mental illness, but, like, I don't know what it's like driving with Tourette's. Like, do you ever almost get in a car accident when you're driving with Tourette's? Like, does it happen all the time? Or, like, can you, like, kind of control it while you're driving because you know that your life is in danger? Like, so, like, one con would be the bus driver because this whole thing is about getting people with mental illnesses away from people without them. And I know that sounds rude, but like it's supposed to support both people. It's not just for the people who get annoyed. It's also for the people with the mental illnesses, you know? So I know it sounds weird, but the bus driver might get annoyed, because I know there's a lot of mental illnesses that cause people to be loud and not be able to be completely in control of themselves. Now, while I was researching for this, I found this thing called bus therapy. Basically, people with extreme anxiety or something like that are given therapy, like, are given treatments on a bus, which I don't really understand. Directly from the HHS Public Access, well, and CBI. I don't know what that stands for. I'm not gonna read that. But apparently people with anxiety went on this bus and they were slightly cured. They were slightly given, like, treatment, I guess. I don't know how it works exactly. I don't have any mental illnesses, per se. Like, I get stressed out a lot. Oh my god. I get stressed out a lot because of school and stuff. But I'm not constantly under heavy stress. I'm not constantly under heavy anxiety. I'm not depressed. I don't have Tourette's. I don't have autism. I never experienced what you guys experience. So please, let me know if this is a good idea in the comments. And if you think it's a good idea or not, because honestly, I don't know. I thought of this on the spot. I had 2 days to think about this, and this is what I thought of just like 15 minutes ago. But anyway, another pro would be people with mental illnesses can meet and become friends with other people with the same mental illness, so that way they don't feel like the odd one out of the group. If they have like a bunch of friends without any mental illnesses, they can communicate and become friends with other people that have the same mental illness as them, you know? So we're gonna put that in the pros. People with mental dish. Like, if you have Tourette's and all your friends don't, and constantly they're just ticking, you can meet other people on this bus that also tick. So you're not the only person in your friend group that ticks. You can meet other people who are the same as you. Not the same as you, but like similar to you. What's another example of this? Or if you have social anxiety. I think this is what the bus therapy means. If you have social anxiety, you can meet other people with social anxiety, and you can help yourself with your social anxiety, while you're also helping other people with their social anxiety by talking to them, becoming friends with them. Like, it's helping everybody the same. You know what I mean? So, yeah, people with mental illnesses can befriend other people with the same mental illness. That's a pro. Now, I'm not talking about buses for the physically disabled people, because I know there's already specific vans and buses and stuff for people like that who have physical disabilities, like they can't walk or they can't see, and there's specific things for that. But so this is for people with mental disabilities like autism, Tourette's. So I'm not going to put anything about physical disabilities like paralyzation, because there's already specific things for that. So I was thinking of putting, some people would have trouble getting off the bus, but yes, some people would. People with autism, like, some people would have trouble and they would need an adult with them. Like, they need supervision with them at all times. And I understand that. But, like, this isn't for people with physical disabilities. This is mainly mental illnesses, mental disabilities that are in their brain, not physically on them. But that does lead me to my next con. Some people with autism or other things that need supervision with them at all times, that means they're going to need someone with them on the bus that probably doesn't have a mental illness. And we can't just say, you can't get on this bus, because they need that person with them. So that's going to be another problem. It's going to be a few people without mental illnesses surrounded by a bunch of people with mental illnesses. So that's going to be a big problem with that. So I'm going to write that down. And I'm not saying that there's going to be specific buses for specific people, for specific mental illnesses. Because a Tourette's person can go onto a bus filled with a bunch of autistic people. I'm sorry if that's offensive, the way I said that. I don't mean it to be offensive. I'm just stating facts. But, like, I feel like we could do a setup where there's people with, some certain mental disabilities, and then there's other people with other mental disabilities. Like, if we had a bus that's specifically for, people with Tourette's, so people with Tourette's can talk to other people with Tourette's. And we had another bus for people with autism, so other people with autism can meet other people with autism. So that's what I'm thinking about that. But obviously, if, let's say, they're late for work, like someone with autism is late for work because they have a job, we can't just refuse them for them to go onto the Tourette's bus. But I'm saying that there should be specific buses that's mainly for these people, but there are other people allowed on it. Just not anybody that doesn't have a mental illness that isn't supervising someone. So that's what's going on with that. Now here's another thing. service animals. Hold on, let me get my animal in here quickly. So, service animals, this is not a service animal. This is just a dog. This is my dog, Neve. He is not a service animal in any way. But there are a lot of people with anxiety that need dogs like this to help calm them down if they ever have a panic attack. But that also begs the question, that dog has to be very well trained in order to go on the bus. And the people driving the buses need to see proper paperwork that this dog is a service dog. Even if it has a service jacket on, they need to see paperwork that that dog is a service dog. Because if that dog goes off the hook and starts going everywhere, we can't have a crash. That's why we need the best drivers that we can get, and we need to make sure that security is a key thing on the bus. So we have to make sure that this dog is very, very well trained, and that it won't go crazy if it sees, like, I don't know, a paper clip fall on the ground. Because my dog would do that. My dog would immediately go after that dog. So it has to be very, very well trained. It has to have a service vest on to show that it's a service dog. And you need to have proper paperwork to show us that it's a service dog. Hey, I got glasses on. And also with the service dogs, we can't have dogs that are very susceptible to hurting people. Like, I understand if someone is messing with your owner, the dog is, of course, acceptable to scare them off, but you know, we can't have a dog that's gonna attack them immediately. And you have to be trained to just try and scare off the person and not immediately attack. Because if it immediately attacks, that's on us, most likely. I'm not saying, this isn't a legit business, but I'm saying, like, for if it was, that would be on us, and we'd have to have that taken care of. We will, not that person. Well, of course, that person would probably be sued, but we'd have to deal with the aftermath of that. And also common sense. We can't have birds on our bus because sure, there are service birds, I'm pretty sure. Hold on, let me look that up quickly. Okay, so there are birds that are trained to help people with disabilities, but obviously we cannot allow those on our bus because it's a bird. So we would not be allowed to have those on our bus at all. I wouldn't allow that. Some people would if they did something similar to what I'm doing, but I wouldn't allow that. And obviously, we're not gonna allow a Great Dane, I think that is, on the bus, because that would take up way too much space where people could be sitting down and relaxing and doing what they need to do. So, no huge dogs either. And you must, and depending on your disability, like if you have autism, I would like you to have a adult if you're under, like, I don't know, if you're under a certain age. I'm gonna figure out that age soon. If you're under a certain age, I don't want you coming on my bus without supervision. Like, if you have Tourette's and you're like 18, I'll let you on. But if you have autism and you're 18 and it's like heavy autism, I might want you to have some supervision with you, whether it be a service dog, service animal, or a parent, because I don't want any incidents of you having something happen, like having an episode, and my bus driver not being able to know what to do. Now, technically, I was supposed to make a blueprint for this, but I thought making a YouTube video would be a lot better, because this will be up for a while, She can always look at it again if she wants to change my grade. And I don't really know how to make blueprints, to be honest. I have no idea. We have a blueprint right here, but I don't know what she wants me to do with it. I have no idea what she wants me to do with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send her the link to this YouTube video on a Google Doc so she can just open it up and watch the YouTube video. Problem solved. Well, I guess that's it for this. I'm going to now edit it and post it to YouTube and send it to my teacher. And goodbye.